Hello everyone and welcome back to another game of Train Simulator. So today we're going to be doing the other two train services on the scenario down the line. So these two scenarios will be one to Slough, which was half an hour, and one to Hayes and Harlington, which was only roughly about 15 minutes. So as you can see, I'm already eager to run to platform 8 to get to the train service to Slough, which is the second longest journey, which is a half-hour journey from London Paddington to Slough. I'm showing off my, running athleticism here as I, sprint without running out of breath or anything. I sprint to platform 6 and 7 and then I try and catch my train, which departs soon. So my recommendation is never to get on the tracks to get into your train. It's a bit dangerous, especially if another train was coming. And there's already someone trying to steal my job. Obviously, I wasn't supposed to get on this train service, but I just stole his job. Or he stole my job. I don't know. That's for Great Western Railway to decide. Obviously, there was a mix-up on their scheduling. But I do have a female co-driver who doesn't seem to have any controls in her seat. Hi, how you doing? So obviously she's just to, sit there and watch me drive the train. Maybe she's a contest winner who, won a chance to sit in uh, the driver's cabin of the train. I mean, it's possible, but, it would be very boring because you just have to sit there. I mean, I have to wait, I have to load passengers. So why don't you just go sit in first class for now and I'll bring you in when, when the train departs. Obviously she don't want to do that. That's fine. And there's her twin sister in a business suit. So obviously, the business suit lady is a higher up in Great Western Railway, and she said to her sister, would you like to get in the driver's cabin and watch the train driver drive the train? So it's good to have family or friends in higher places because you get to sit in the train driver's cabin and watch them drive the train, even though they're not going to drive the train yet. Because they're loading passengers and they have to wait for another couple of minutes until the train schedule is, ready to depart. Because they have to stick to a tight schedule. They have to be at train station at a certain time. They have to be at the end of the service at a certain time, or else they could get fined. This is the case in Japan, where on the bullet trains they actually have fines if they're even a second late, which is, I mean, very efficient really, but also kind of scary because, if you was to slow down just for 2 seconds, that could impact you in a big way because you could be delayed by like a tenth of a second and then get fined, which would be rather scary. But hopefully, while I'm talking about Japanese train, this British train from London Paddington will be ready to depart soon. As, oh, well, we just have to wait for, oh, she disappeared. Well, I wonder where she, obviously she thought it was quite boring, just, just sitting in the chair waiting for me. Well, I can't help it. I have to stick to my schedule. It is rather boring. And this guy has stolen my job already. So it seems that the female co-driver has instructed another train driver to take my spot because I was obviously boring. Well, I can't help it. I have to stick to my schedule, and this man here seems to do the same thing I'm doing, which is just sit there and wait, which is all you can do. But he can get out of my chair now because I have to do my job. And you're back again. Is it? I bet that was the main reason. Was it because I was boring? Was it because I had to wait, until the train service was ready to depart, until the schedule told me to depart? I see how it is. Now we're ready to, depart. We're ready to get the show on the road, so it might be more entertaining for you. This is what you wanted. This is why your sister is sitting a couple rows back, because, she wants total control. She says, oh, my sister is going to sit in the driver's cabin, and she's going to watch the train depart, and if the driver doesn't do what I say, I'll just replace him. And now, as I did depart my train, my female co-driver decided to get up and just vanish into thin air. She obviously got so bored with, the long stretches of, track, that she just decided to get up and vanish into thin air. It doesn't help that we have speed limits and I'm being told to slow down already. Here, this is what the yellow light means. And now I'm being told to stop, which is fun. Perhaps because there's another train on the line that needs to get a certain distance before I can continue on my journey. So I'll slow the train right down and hope that the traffic lights go green soon. Because no one wants to be stuck on a track for an unspecified amount of time. They want to go as fast as possible. That's why you get on a train. If you wanted to sit in traffic, you take a car. But, you took a train where there shouldn't be too much traffic. It should just be 70, 80, 90 miles per hour the whole journey. But sadly, no, even trains have to, adhere to traffic regulations. So now we just go as slow as possible. And we just wait, and we wait. Oh, okay, see, there we go. Now we can speed up again, because the train is ready to go. It's on amber, which means just slow down. It doesn't mean stop. You can still go, and it looks like we have to stop again. Well, the good thing is, we're beating it through the traffic, with start and stop. Hopefully we'll be able to get past it, but who knows. Oh, there we go, see. It's been like this for most of the journey now, where we've had to slow down and stop. Obviously because we're faster than the other train that is apparently ahead of us, which is weird. See, we have to stop again. We're just too fast. I'm just too good at service. Oh no, now we have to slow down again. Well, the speed limit is 80 miles an hour, so that's what I want to do. I don't want to go any slower. So when we're approaching the station, I like to give a little toot of the horn to let the station know that I'm coming, so that I don't have to slow down, and that the passengers know that I'm coming, so they know that I'm not late, I'm actually on time. So what I like to do after the first horn to let them know that I'm coming is toot a second surprise horn to scare the train passengers on the platform, because nothing says that the train's here than a loud train horn noise that happens unexpectedly, but either way, let's just see the passengers that are trying to get on my train after I scared them. So, firstly, what I want to do is just shut my door in case anyone randomly appears, my female co-driver or the male that, tried to steal my job. Was you scared by that train noise? I guarantee you was. That's why you're just standing there. and there's no train on the departure board whatsoever. It doesn't even show that I was supposed to show up, so obviously I'm a ghost train on the Ealing Broadway. And, you know, there's no schedule for me. It doesn't say the 10 to 10 train from London Paddington to Slough has arrived or is arriving, or, you know, is going to be 5 miles down the road. It doesn't say anything. So there's a ghost train on the Ealing Broadway that is scaring passengers, and maybe that explains why the female co-driver and the other guy just appear, because it's a ghost train and they're not supposed to be on there. You know, it's like murder on the Orient Express, only it's not a murder and there's ghosts. Well, I mean, that was the only book that was train related, you know, that I could think of. But see, there is absolute proof that this is a ghost train. The female co-driver just appears from nowhere. She disappears, she reappears, no one knows how she gets there. She just appears, which is rather odd. But well, yeah. I mean, maybe she just gets up and sits in second class and waits. I don't know. Unsolved mysteries. So I'm still driving my train with my possible ghostly companion, who won't even look me in the face. She gives a quick glance, and then when she notices that I'm looking, she quickly turns her head as if to say, I'm disgusted. You shouldn't have been the train driver. It should have been my ghostly companion, who you made disappear again by sitting down in his train seat. So, yeah. So I'm so distracted by this possible ghostly companion and her friend that I forgot to blow the train at the other train station we just drove past to let the passengers know that I was arriving, you know, and that they should stand back from the platform. And again, look, see, she won't even look me in my face because she's disgusted that I'm not the other ghostly companion. See, another train station, so a quick toot of the horn to let them know I'm coming, even though it looked like there was no one at the platform. I still have to let them know. And we're kicking it up to 90 miles an hour on all green light, so that's a good thing. We should be arriving at the next train station shortly, I hope. Right, okay, so we're approaching the train station. We've got a mile to go, so you know what that means. Just a mile of staring blankly ahead. You know, oh, I have to slow down again. Another yellow light, which is awesome. You know, I love slowing down. I mean, I know that I'm supposed to stop in a minute, but what's the point in telling me to slow down when I already know I'm supposed to be stopping in a minute? You know, I have to stop at the platform. I'm not going to keep going. You know, I'm going to stop. So with that stoppage time, maybe, you know, I can go on all green lights and I won't have to slow down. Even though I already know I'm supposed to slow down. You know, the train speed limit is 90 miles an hour. Don't you think I want to be doing that instead of slowing down all the time? You know? And I haven't even tooted the horn yet to let them know that I'm coming. So, maybe that's why they're trying to slow me down. Because the train passengers don't know that I'm coming. I mean, how are they supposed to know if I don't blow the train horn? But, I don't know. We should be slowly arriving at the train station shortly. I mean, it's only a couple hundred of yards. Yeah, so just quick give the train horn a quick toot, and then we stop. And we missed the platform, which is fun. So I've already embarrassed myself. That's one reason for the lady sitting next to me not to look at me ever again, because, you know, I didn't stop at the platform, which is a great embarrassment to myself. So maybe that's why she doesn't look at me, because she knows I'm a rubbish train driver. Well, I can't help it, lady. Okay, I'm trying my best. There, see? I reversed onto the train platform, you know, so everything is fine again. Now I have to set the reverser to forward. No, not neutral, because then the train won't move. Set it to forward. Just give a quick toot of the horn, you know, to scare everyone again and to tell them I'm back on the train platform and they can get on if they want. So now it's time to just get out and shout the good news. Just say, hey, I'm back. So I'm just going to shut the door in case her other ghostly companion male friend decides to reappear. Her sister's still there. Obviously she's going the whole journey. Her other sister, so obviously the triplets, you know, have also got on the train. She's also got on the train, so that makes 3 of them. So again, triplets. And I think that's it. So I think there's a greater plot out here. I think the ghosts are trying to, you know, tell me something. Maybe I'm a terrible train driver and it causes an accident and I end up a ghost. Maybe that was me who was sitting in the chair. That's why I vanished when I sat down, because, you know, I'm a ghost. And I was looking at myself in the 3rd person, or, you know, I don't know. It's a wacky conspiracy. But why are there 3 of the same woman on the same train? And why does this lady keep reappearing and disappearing? This is one mystery that we'll never solve. And why do I have to keep slowing down and stopping? See, again, this is a mystery that no one could possibly explain. I don't know why this happens, really. So now we've got to toot the horn again, because, you know, we're coming up to the station and we just got to tell all the passengers, as if they're interested, that we're arriving to the train platform, like that, you see. So unlock the doors, don't lock the doors, because if you lock the doors no one can get in and out. And we're at Hayes and Harlington, so this is the end of the 3rd train service. Look, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 4 now. See, there's something going on. There's 5. There's 5. Look, 1, 2. Look, 1, 2 there. 3. And then 4, 5. Oh, 6. I think that's 6 now. That's definitely 6. Oh no, I was going to say 7, but no. Okay, so there's 6 of the same woman on my train. I don't know what's going on. I've never seen 6-tuplets. Is it 6-tuplets? Is it 6-tuplets? I don't know. I think it's 6-tuplets. Septuplets are 7. Octuplets are 8. You have 6 sisters on my train. Is this... what is this? That's what I want to know. But, yeah, so... there are 6 of the same woman on my train. Maybe, you know, the character models, there are only a couple. But, I don't know. Just blow the train horn again to scare the 2 passengers that are there, who also look like twins. I mean, I get it, if you have a lack of models to use, then you'll use the same one over and over again, but imagine 6 of the same person getting on the same train. Look, oh, well, she got off, that guy, and she also got off, see? There are the same people. That guy just got on my train and it left his twin behind. But there are 6 of the same people. 2 of them just got off, so now there's 4. You know, there's another one that just walked by. So there's a conspiracy going on. Maybe there's some cloning going on. Maybe this is like a new episode of Star Wars. You know, from the Anakin side of view. You know, back when the Clone Wars were about, because there seems to be a lot of clones. I mean, you got off and left your husband, which is not very nice. You know, I think you should get back on the train, unless you work here and maybe he has to go to Slough. I mean, I don't know. This guy, I haven't got time for his shenanigans today, so I'm just going to get on the train and drive away. Maybe I'm in the Matrix. Maybe that's why everyone just repeats themselves. We'll never know. This is the unsolved mystery of Train Simulator World, to be honest with you. So we're just going to set off and depart again to the next train station. So, yeah, we're looking forward to that. Just, how long is it? It's a mile to go, which is great. And that's, what is it? Either we get on a train or we don't. Did you like my joke I just did there? I thought it was rather funny, but I don't know. It's your opinion, really. Okay, so we're here, and we're unlocking the doors, and we're just getting ready so that when we depart again, I can easily, put the accelerator on and quickly speed off and maybe escape the Matrix which we're in. But again, that's just an unsolved mystery, really. So look, there's one again, no one else. So she's really staying on till Slough. Oh, I found a dispatch baton. Okay then, whatever that is. No, I mean, of course I know what that is. I'm an expert train driver. So, yeah. So we have we have 3 people on the train. Well, only 2. Because that guy's sitting on the bench, so he doesn't count. So there's 2 people sitting on the train, including my co-driver. So it is 3. But anyway, we have much more important things to do, like depart again. Because we have to catch the next train station, which is not too far away, and should be the second to last stop. So that's going to be fun. Okay, so we're here again. Give a little toot of the horn, the low horn, because you don't want to scare them too much. You just want to let them know that you're coming. You don't want to declare war by blowing the bigger horns. You just want to let them know that you're coming and that you're about to stop. So this is Langley, which I never knew that the Great Western Railway? The Great Western Railway train service went all the way from, London Paddington in England to Langley, Virginia in America. But if you do remember, such places in the eastern coast of America were occupied by Britain until the late 1700s, until America got their independence, which they celebrate on July 4th, the 4th of July, as victory over Britain and their independence. And a lot of names in England are also in America, like Birmingham, Langley, I think York, considering the fact that there's a New York, which was basically York, and then because it was a new continent, a new place, a new country, they called it New York. So there you go, a little story on America there for you, for all my American viewers who might already know the stories. I mean, there is a piece of England in New York as well. There's a special plaque that is, it's vice versa. There's a plaque in York or somewhere in England, and there's also a plaque in New York that commemorates the same place. So there's a piece of England in America right now. So there's also another interesting fact. But on to more interesting things. Well, I say interesting. On to more train related things. We are at the final destination, not the film where people die, and one person can predict their death and try and cheat it. We're at the final destination of the train station that we're supposed to be stopping at. This is the last stop where I terminate. Not terminate the people. I'm not, you know, I'm not the film The Terminator. You know, another bad joke for you there. But no, this is the last train stop that I have to stop at. And I think we've done pretty well on time, really. So all I have to do now is stop, which I've done. Set the train to neutral. You know, just put the brakes, not the brain. Don't put the brain on full service, or you know, things might get dangerous. So we have to lock the master key, and we have to turn the reverser off. And now we have to say goodbye to my female co-driver, who's disgusted at me because I missed the platform at one of the stations. And also because I kind of sat on a ghost friend and made him disappear. So maybe that was the reason as well. But as you can see, I done sort of better than what I have in previous games, like on my last service. I think I've done a bit better here. So I think I've done pretty well, to be honest with you. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. So next up will be the train service to Hayes and Harlington, which is like I said, roughly 15-minute, but as it said there, it's a 17-minute, so roughly, you know, I was 2 minutes off, but yeah, so on to the next one we go, which is, I could have replayed the scenario, but instead I went to the main menu, which was silly of me, but hey ho. So this is the train service to Hayes and Harlington. This is one of the shorter services. So yeah, I mean, we're just going to get on the train and prepare to go. But first I have to again show off my athleticism and run to the train as it is. Because, you know, train drivers have to keep fit and healthy. You know, in case they have to do a Superman 2 and stop the train with their bare hands and sling webs out of their hands and sling them onto buildings and then, you know, make the train stop that way. I mean, yeah. That's just a wild theory that I have, but I don't know. Maybe it's because the train station's too long and they have to get there quickly. So I done something very deadly again, something you should never do, in case you get hit by an oncoming train as they're leaving the train station, or they're just passing through the train station at high speed. They won't be able to stop. So this is the all-stop service to Hayes and Harlington. This is a quick journey. It's only 17 minutes long, as you know, as I've told you before. So I just have to get the train all set up and ready. So unlock the master key, set the reverser to forward. You know, just for now, set the accelerator to 0, as we don't have to move just yet, because we have to let the train passengers aboard. It's now 9:43 in the morning, and I don't know when this train is supposed to depart, so we just have to load the passengers and then lock the door and wait until the schedule tells us to depart. So as you can see, no one's getting aboard my train. So let's go explore the station while we wait for passengers and we wait for the service to resume. So here's my train. That's first class. Here's second class. And here is also second class. Here's also second class. Here is also second class. Here's me just kneeling and standing back up. Now there are two people. He's waiting on the side of the platform, you know. So we have to wait until 9:48. So another 4 more minutes. Well, almost 3 minutes. So yeah, there's that. So we could just go explore the station of London Paddington while we wait, because we have plenty of time to do so. So there's all the typical boards that you will see. You know, that train service might be delayed as they're trying to improve the tracks. There's the street, but unfortunately you can't go up there. There's a magical barrier that prevents all train drivers from exiting train stations and forces them to stay inside train stations and drive trains forever. And as you can see, it's completely busy in London Paddington. Everyone just stands around and does nothing. They just stand as if they're frozen in time until it's time for trains to depart, or it's time to board trains, and then they magically come alive, like Toy Story, but instead it's with real humans. So they're just waiting for the, the announcement that says this train is ready to board, and then they magically spring to life, and and then they run to the train, and then they get on the train and they sit, and then they go to the next train station to do the same thing. They just stay frozen in place until, they have to go home, and then, they just wait at the train station for 24 to 48 hours, standing completely still like that. And they wait for the next train until it says this train is ready to depart, or this train is now boarding, and then they quickly run to it. They spring to life and run to it. Maybe it's dangerous. All it would take was one of them to look at you, and then they might swarm you, because they might see that you're a train driver, and like zombies to humans, they might try and overcrowd you and force you to drive the train for them back home, because they've been... Oh look, there's another train. But yeah, they might force you to drive the train to make them go home. So, I don't know. Again, that's another wild theory. But there's no co-driver with me today, which is strange. And there's no one trying to steal my job as a train driver. So that's interesting. I've never seen that before. Just like I've never seen that I have to stop at the train station, even though that I'm supposed to be departing. So that's a bit odd. Oh, now I can go again. Well, that's great, because I did stop. I stopped for quite a long time. Now I have to slow down, which is fun again. Hopefully this isn't another stop, start, slow down train service. This is just speed all the way through, hopefully. But you'll never know, really. No one will ever know. Oh, there we go. Now it's gone green. Okay, so we have to stop again, and we're 3 miles away. Now we have to slow down. Okay, so we're near Acton Main Line, so time to toot the horn again to let them all know that we're coming, and just give it a long press, just to really tell them that you're coming, so they definitely know. Because some people, they might not hear the train horn, so you just gotta give it that extra half a millisecond of tooting, of pressing, to really nail home the fact that you're there. I wouldn't say it's annoying, but I don't know, maybe some of the passengers might think it is. But if they heard it going by at, full speed, they'd be fascinated by it because of the Doppler effect. Or as Sheldon Cooper in The Big Bang described it as meow. So basically what happens with the sound is when you go speeding past, the sound travels with the object. So when you was to toot a car horn or a train horn going at say 100 miles an hour, you would hear the pitch change. So it would make it sound like it's going from a high pitch to a low pitch, but in fact it's the same pitch. It's just that it's going by so fast that your ears determine it as going down in pitch when really the pitch stays the same. So again, that's another lesson for you. First I give you a history lesson on why some names in the UK are also in America, and now I'm giving you a science lesson, which I might completely have gotten wrong on all occasions. I don't know. I'm not exactly a teacher. I'm just a person who, is an idiot. So, there's that. But other than that, we just have to wait again because we're so fast on the train service that this guy is unimpressed. He says, I didn't expect you to be here for at least another 10 minutes. Well, don't worry about that, friend. I got here early, because why not? It's better to be early than be late. That way I can wait and more people can get on the train. They don't have to worry if they've missed it or not, you see? Okay, so now the train doors are closed, we can finally get going. The next station is Ealing Broadway and it's only a mile away, But this is what happens on a short train service. All the stops are mainly a short distance from one another. So give a little toot on the horn to let the people of Ealing Broadway know that I'm arriving in like 900 yards. So they can probably see me coming, but like I said, they have to hear me via the Doppler effect. So they have to hear the train go, meow, Or else what would be the fun of getting on a train if you didn't hear it coming? You just saw it coming. I mean, you can hear it coming too, because, you'll hear the as it's coming along the tracks, but, why not hear it as well? With a high-pitched, very annoying, loud as well, horn. As you get ready to board the train. So, it's not a party train, it's an annoying train, with a very loud sound. And, yeah. So, no one's in first class. It looks like no one's in the second class, which is right next to first class. No one's on that second class service. No one's on that one, or on that one. So effectively no one's on a train. It's just me. Oh no, there's one guy. So it's me and one guy. I'm driving one guy. Oh no, two guys. And they're twins again. So it's two twins. I'm driving two twins to Hayes and Harlington, which should be fun. So while we're just waiting to load the passengers, I mean, he's just stuck there. I don't know if he's going to get on my train or he's waiting for another train to come. But either way, it's time for me to go, so he missed his chance to get onto my train. He's just going to have to wait for the next one. So the next train station is West Ealing. So we've been to Ealing Broadway, now we're going to West Ealing. So, yeah. Give another toot of the horn to let West Ealing know that we're coming. This time the high horn and the low horn. Sometimes it's a necessity to do both to really let them know that you're coming. Nothing says annoying like both horns. So, yeah, I just thought I'd tell the people that I'm coming to West Ealing. And, yeah. So now all I have to do is just unlock the doors and wait for the passengers, which there are only 2 on so far. No, now there seems to have been more. Yep, there's a lot more people on my train now than what there was a minute ago on Ealing Broadway. So I don't know how they've appeared on my train, even though no one really got on the train at Ealing Broadway. So maybe again this is another ghost train, as passengers magically appear from nowhere, and they seem to be the same person over and over again. Because I've seen that lady twice on my train, sitting in different seats. So maybe we've entered the Matrix again. Maybe West Ealing is, you know, a gateway into the Matrix. Because as soon as we entered West Ealing, there have been people that magically appear on my train when they didn't get on at Ealing Broadway, and there's been multiple versions of the same person that have gotten on my train. So obviously West Ealing is the key into the Matrix. So now we know. Now we have to go to the next station. So maybe we will leave the Matrix at that point. You know, maybe we've left the Matrix now. Maybe West Ealing is the entire Matrix portal. You know, if you go to West Ealing, you enter the Matrix, but if you leave the Matrix. So hopefully that's the case. And we get rid of the duplicates that are on my train. Another quick 2-tone blast of my horn, the high and the low. So, you know, there's that. Unlock the doors and get off and just have a bit of fun for a little while. I don't know how long I have, so it's always nice to you know, get out and stretch the old legs. So it's a no smoking train station, no smoking whatsoever. And yeah, maybe because we're still in the Matrix, and if you smoke, it's a blank board that magically turns into a train map. Yeah, so maybe if you smoke, it messes up with the simulation, you see. So, you know, another wild theory out there. But yeah, so it seems to not have worked. We seem to still be in the Matrix at Hanwell and Hawthorne. Hanwell and Elthorne, sorry. Not Hanwell and Hawthorne. Hanwell and Elthorne. But on the train board it just says Hanwell. So obviously Elthorne was a bit too big to put on the sign. So let's just see what the next train station is. So the next station is Southall, which isn't too far from Hanwell and Elthorne. So yeah, that should be fun. See, we're already here. See, that didn't take long at all, did it? It was blink and you missed it. But that's what happens on a 17-minute journey, like I said. The train stations are so close together that they should really just have made it non-stop. You know, you get off at one station and you board on one other station, and then all the other stations you just ignore, because the train service is just too short to, you know, stop at other stations. You know, if it's only a 17-minute long journey, why do you have to stop at other stations? I mean, maybe you could stop at one just to, you know, get more passengers on, you know, and then, like, you know, just ignore all the other stations. But I don't know. I mean, we could have got more passengers on the Acton main line. One duplicate is leaving the train. So obviously Southall is the end of the Matrix, because she has left my train. So maybe, just maybe, we'll have a look. So there's normal, you know. Yeah, see, all the duplicates have gotten off my train. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign indeed. it seems like Southall is the end of the Matrix. So there we go. We know that West Ealing is the start and Southall is the end. So now we know where the Matrix starts and where it ends, which is good. Now we know this information. We can use it. It might be of great purpose to us. Anyway, we have to wait again for another minute, well, 30 seconds, well, 20 seconds. So that should be fun. Just waiting here for another 20 seconds. Let's just put the warning lights on to tell everyone that we're getting ready to depart. And you know, if they see anything suspicious, they should contact anyone like Great Western Railway or the British Transport Police, as the announcement just made. And close the doors and get ready to go, because I think the next station is the last one, and I am completely correct. So let's get going. Let's crack it up and go. So that wasn't a long journey whatsoever. Maybe the longest thing was me talking, you know, but hey, sometimes you can make a journey more enjoyable, sometimes you can just make it more boring. But what can I say? You know, we uncovered some conspiracies here today that possibly might shock people, that there's a Matrix and it's alive and well in, you know, West Ealing and in Southall. So there's always that. So now that we've done this train journey, we're going to get out and we're going to tell the world about what we've seen, especially with duplicate, you know, people, twins, octuplets, you know, sextuplets, you know. We're going to tell the world and they're going to think that we're crazy, but we're not, because we have live footage here, you know. So as you can see, I think that was my best service. Yeah, I think that was possibly the best service. Let's see. Everything I done was on time. Sometimes a little under. See, I was supposed to, on platform 3, I was supposed to arrive at 10:11. I arrived at 10:10. So that marks the end of the video. And I hope that you have enjoyed it. And I hope that you have enjoyed my commentary over it. And if you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And leave your feedback in the comments. And until next time, guys and girls, I'll see you soon.